Hi, everybody. It's Lori. I think I see Miss Abby there. Oh, is it Jenny? Hello, you guys. Anyway, I'm going to go fast because I think our gardener's going to be here any minute and our dog goes crazy. She's right at my feet, but she goes crazy when the gardener comes. So here we go. Today, I'm going to talk about, well, first of all, oops, I forgot one thing. There we go. I'm Lori Tom. Okay. I saw my friends there, so I'm like, okay, you know me. Anyway, for any other strangers who happen to join in, strangers who will become writing friends, my name's Lori Tom. I blog at lorit.com and I'm always writing. My mission is to spread writing love. And I'm sitting in my writing studio. It's a beautiful sunny day in California, finally. Well, it's been sunny, but now it's not so smoky. So that's why I canceled last week. Last week was a hard week in California. So this week is better. So what I'm going to do is move my journal slides up and I'm going to talk about journals. I have lots of thoughts about journals. So I have lots of props today too. As you can see, oh my gosh, is that Mr. Reed there? I think I see a picture of Mr. Reed. He's a big time writer. Anyway, I have lots of journals. You are seeing one of my crates of journals that's in my closet. And here's another one. And that's not even all of them. I have many, many journals. And I've had seasons of journals in my life. I do lots of different ones. Here's one from the 90s. I was kind of into big sketching ones. Here's one kind of an artist book because I wanted plain blank pages. But I would never presume to tell you what journal you should get. I'm going to show you what works for me. And one of the essays that I love, it's actually from that little book you can see right there. It's called Hey World, Here I Am. It's by Jean Little. And she has a great little essay about journals, and I'm going to read just a little bit of it to you, just a few quotes. She starts out, real writers keep journals. I've had 4. And she goes on to talk about, her mom gave her one of those little tiny ones as little girls. Some of us got these. They had little locks on them and they said my journal or my diary. And that one didn't fit Jean Little. And then her teacher gave her a journal and then she graded it. She graded her entries at the end of every week. And she was like, that doesn't fit me either. That kind of feels like a fraud. And then her dad gave her this beautiful, beautiful journal. And she just felt like that was too elegant for her life. So at the end of her essay, she goes on to find her own journal. And I'll read that little part to you. My 4th journal I bought for myself. It is a hardcover book meant for writing lecture notes in it. It has lots of room on every page. Some days I write 6 or 7 full pages about what I'm feeling and thinking, or about Emily. This is a friend that she writes about all the time. Other days, I don't even pick it up, or if I do, I just write something like another day lived through. I draw pictures in it now and then, or paste in a copy of a poem I like. And here's what I love about this little essay. Getting a journal is like buying shoes. You have to find the one that fits. And you are the only person who can tell if it pinches. So anyway, from Hey World, Here I Am, great little book. So what I want to do is tell you things that have not pinched for me, things that have worked over the years for journals. And again, I want to say, I think we have seasons of journals. So it doesn't have to be one thing for the rest of your life. So for me, I have to be able to add and remove things so I don't feel like I ruined the journal. I also need to just get over being precious. And, if I make a mess in a page, that's fine. I turn over to another one. I like it to fit in my purse. That's my season now. I always want my journal with me. And I also want to have a way to find things that I've put in my journal, because the way I use my journal is more like a writer's notebook. I put ideas for pieces. I do put, my daily gratitude things in there. I do sometimes write down the food I'm eating. I use it for everything. I slip in notes from books I've read, book review haikus. I mean, I use it for everything. And I just don't want to, at this point in my life, have to remember, okay, where did I put my stuff about eating healthy? And where did I put my ideas for the book I'm writing? I want it all in one place, but I want to be able to find it easily. The next thing is, again, I just want to reiterate, you have to do what works for you. And I'm going to show you what's worked for me, 3 types that have really consistently worked for me. And the first kind is one that has rings in it. And I'll hold up one. I put this on Facebook. It's this doodle here. This is a Zentangle. It looks super cool, but I can show you how to do it. It's so easy to do. So with these, I just use, and you can see in the picture, these are like just cheap little rings. Most of my journals like this are 8.5 by 11 paper. It's just regular paper cut down the middle. And what I love about these is, if I don't like a page, or when I'm dead, I don't want my daughter to read it. My husband could pretty much read anything at this point, but my daughter, some of the stuff I don't want her to read. So I can just rip those pages and throw stuff out. And by the way, I purge my journals quite often. I suggest that. Anyway, so anyway, this is just, these are just made with cardstock. The Wonder Book that you see, I've done several versions of those. I just did that. I was pretty consistent doing those when Anna was a baby, my daughter, and I would just consistently add details of her life. I would write letters to her. I just kind of did those in year chunks. This one is the one little word project. I pick a word for every year. This year was enough. So I kind of tend to use these now for finite projects, not kind of my daily journal, just a special project. I started using these. I'm figuring out where the camera is. I started using this kind of journal when I was teaching, because the materials were super cheap. I had access to them at school, and it was easy just to chop paper in half, punch holes in the top, and keep using them. And I just, by the way, this is just cardstock, and I just got laminating stuff that I just slapped on here and trimmed it. Okay. So that's one type of journal that's really worked for me. And I'll see if I have some pictures of those. This is another kind. This is one of my one little word journals. And this is actually a cardboard cover. I got this at Michael's. I think I have it in here. Here it is. So this is the actual size of it. And this had dividers. So, so the one little word project, you pick a word, you do these prompts. I blogged about it, I think 2 weeks ago. You can check my post about it. But I would put, like, this is for January or February, and then I would just do it by sections. I mean, it's all just what you want to do. You can see I did the little tape stuff. This is a finite project, so I like this kind of journal, but I still kind of just go back to these super simple ones. I really love those. Okay, so that is not my current daily journal that I use. Let me see. Okay, so this is one that I really, really adore, and I want to use these more consistently, but it's still not my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. So these are called Tool journals. And the cool thing about these, you can get them on all different color covers and everything. The cool thing about these, and it's TUL, that's the brand, you can pull these pages out. They just kind of come out, and then you can clip them right back in. I got these at Staples, but there are tons of different versions of these. I know Martha Stewart has them. The one thing I love about this too is it has a little pocket that you can put things. So this is my one little word journal for this year. And then when last year during Lent, I wrote a haiku every day for Lent. And so all of those were back here for that. So I kind of split it up. I also have a bigger version of this, which I just love. There you can see it. And it has, I really need to learn how to use this camera. I'm completely dyslexic with the camera. It has the little divider folders too, which I really, really love a lot. All right. So this brings me to, oh, wait, one other thing. For those tool ones, I'm so into them. You can get this special little hole puncher, that is just for these kinds of binders, these tool notebooks. And what I love about this is if I just have another piece of paper or something I printed from the internet, I can hole punch it specifically and add them into that binder. So I love those. I use them for little finite things. All right. The final thing, these are my ultimate favorites, you guys. I got to reach over here. You can see them at the top of my bookcase right there, my big supply of them. But, okay, these are, I don't even know how to say it right, the Look Term 1917 journals. This is my current one that I'm in right now. Are you guys getting seasick from my hands, like figuring out where the camera is? I just want you to see the size of these. This fits in my purse. These are always with me, and I have tons of these. I like the one that has the dots. That's just so you can see the brand. I hear my gardener coming. I'm going fast. This one has the dots. I love that. I've used the lined ones that also come with blank pages. Notice the pages are numbered, and then you can have a table of contents. So in my current one right now, well, I haven't even started. I just started this journal, but I keep a table of contents. And then, okay, this is where you're going to really see inside the brain of Lori Tom. It's going to be kind of embarrassing. I have a super plain one, and this is kind of my index to all of them. And you can see those little tabs. That's alphabetically. So I've got subjects, for example. I've got an Anna page. I've got an author accelerator page. I've got art ideas and so on. You know, in the H's, I have health. I have house. I have a hell yes, hell no list. Okay. And I also had a heaven list there. But what I do then is I will say, so let's say in the index, I will give the page number, the color of the journal, and then the date, because I put on these like date started and date completed. So it's a good index for me, and I actually find things. Again, it just has to be a system that works for you. I adore these journals. I love all the bright colors. I'm trying to get every single color. I think they're, gosh, I'm trying to remember how much they are. They're not cheap. They're, I think, in the $19 range, but I just absolutely adore them. I think that was just a little bit of an example of my indexes. All right. So that's it. I thank you for joining. I'm trying to finish up because that gardener is just about to be here. I would love to know the journals you love, because honestly, journals kind of turn me on, like seriously. But if you want to find me and find out more information about all the things I do about writing, spreading writing love, I blog at lorit.com. I'm on Facebook at Lori Tom. Well, Lori Tom at Spreading Writing Love. And I'm on Instagram at Lori_stories, because why would I want to use the same name for everything and make it simple? Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I'm so happy to talk about journals, and I really want to know about your journals too. So take care. Phew, the gardener didn't come. Bye. Okay, so you need to keep talking till I actually hit the true end live broadcast.